Hey everybody, welcome back to TCS Dart Frogs. I'm Travis, and today I'm going to do a viewer requested video for my top 10 favorite dart frogs. So let's get started.
So I'm going to start off with an honorable mention. These are Dendrobates Allamani Santa Isabella. They're a really great beginner frog, and although they didn't make my top 10 list, they're becoming one of my favorite frogs. I had avoided keeping these for many years because I was told that they would just breed out of control and I'd be overrun with babies, but so far mine have bred pretty steadily for me and just produced a regular number of froglets. One of the neat things about Santa Isabellas is that they start out almost brown, and then by the time they're adults they turn this nice bright cherry red. Also, when they do start breeding, you'll find the males carrying a horde of tadpoles on their back. Coming in at number 10 is Dendrobates Mellows. These are a great beginner dart frog and I think a must-have for any collection. They're big, bold, and hardy, and they've got that cool bumblebee pattern. Coming in at number 9 on the list are Adelphobates Galactinotus Orange. These are a great frog and would be higher on my list if they weren't a little bit shy, but they're a very bold frog, very active when you feed them, and they make a great terrarium pet. The number 8 spot goes to Foga Allamani Red. These are probably one of the most sought after frogs if you're a dart frog collector, and they're very neat frogs. They're a little bit lower on my list because they are pretty shy, but they're just fantastic frogs to look at, and I'm just glad to have them in my collection. And at number 7, this is Foga Histrionica Bullseye. These are one of my favorite Histrionica morphs. This is my male. He doesn't have the classic bullseye on his back. My female has a classic bullseye, but she's a little bit more shy. And these are awesome frogs. Alright, coming in at number 6 is Foga Histrionica Redhead. These are my favorite Histrionica. They're pretty active and bold, and the male seems to always be out calling. And out of the Histrionica that I keep, I've bred these successfully. They're fairly easy to breed. Just a great large obligate. At number 5, we've got Tamiya Imitator, the green or standard morph. These were one of the first thumbnail frogs that I worked with, and I just love them because they're pretty active and prolific little breeders, and they're fairly hardy for a thumbnail species as well. And the fact that you get to see them transport tadpoles is a plus. Number 4 is Dendrobates Tinctoria Giant Orange. You really can't beat a big, bright yellow frog. These are just a great show frog. As soon as you feed them, they come right out to the front of the vivarium, and they just don't get old in my opinion. Coming in at number 3 is Dendrobates Tinctoria Spouter Blue. These have been one of my favorite frogs since I started keeping frogs, since they were actually the first type of dart frog that I owned. The frog on the right is Pete. He's my oldest frog. He's 15 plus years old, and these will forever be one of my favorite frogs because they're what got me into the hobby. Aside from that, they're a big, bright, entertaining frog that just wants to be right out in the spotlight. You can't go wrong with powder blues. At number 2, we've got Tamiya Imitator Varadero. They're by far my favorite thumbnail frog. They just glow with that bright orange and those bright blue legs, and they're very entertaining, active little frogs, pretty prolific breeders. And I do love the fact that they always seem to be carrying tadpoles when they're breeding. And for my number 1 favorite frog, Dendrobates Tinctoria azureus. These were one of the first dart frogs that I kept, and an absolute classic. A bright blue frog that's nice and bold. They come right to the front of the tank to be fed when you come near the vivarium. Great beginner frogs. Just probably one of the best frogs in my opinion overall if you're going to keep dart frogs. And in fact, I've got 5 pairs of azureus. Every year when I breed them, I end up keeping at least a couple holdbacks, and then they end up being extra pairs.
Thanks for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed my top 10 countdown. If you want to see what I'm doing aside from YouTube, please check out TCS Dart Frogs on Facebook, Instagram, and on my website, tcsdartfrogs.com. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and have a great day.